Now I will present you this main subject, which is very important for us, and which is the partnership between Luxembourg and Edonys. Because today, we can say that in order to be on air, in order to create this TV channel about wine, Luxembourg is mandatory for us, and I will explain you why. So, to present this subject, I will firstly speak very quickly about MediaPlace partners. Then I will present you Edonys, the TV channel which will be launched next spring. And to conclude, last but not least, I will show you why Luxembourg is mandatory. Okay, so quick words about MediaPlace. MediaPlace Partners is a little company which has been created in 2009 and which is organized around three main activities. The first one is consulting. We are working with customers about their broadcast subjects to help them to be more power on the market. The second activity is TV channel editing, which is why I'm here to speak about Edonys. And the last activity is services around broadcast, which means that after having created TV channel, the goal of MediaPlace Partner is to provide platforms to optimize costs regarding this TV channel with digitalization or file transfer and so on. So that's all the different references for MediaPlace Partners. Regarding consulting, we have some great names on the market, European market most of the time. So, for example, Kane for consulting, we did due diligence for acquisition. Audiovisuel Extérieur de la France, which is France 24, we are working with them regarding technical parts, such as for BTV and digitalization with Major from all over the world. That's the first activity of MediaPlace. The second one is to create TV channels. We have Edonys, which is the subject of today, but also TVLO, which will be a TV channel about cycling, which is a project now, and Nouveau Monde, which is a French word, but sorry, it's a new word, which is a project on TV channel about sustainable development. So, now let's speak about Edonys TV. That's the ID card, we can say that, the ID card of Edonys. What's very important is to know that the target launch date is spring. It means that after a certain number of years, this project is old now, we work on it since 2 years and a half. We had some difficulties regarding some, how to say that, decision in France. Yes, that's right, I will show you why. But now it's okay. With our new partners, we'll be okay to be on air. So, what's the goal of the TV channel? That's the main sense of this project. We want to be a channel for professionals and lovers. In the Edonys TV team, you have professional of broadcast and you have professional of wine. And this mix is very nice to promote these ideas. And when we did studies about people, what they want for a TV channel about wine, we had different results. 30% are professional. They are very happy to have a TV channel about wine. 33% are amateurs. Okay, they are interested, but it's okay, it's not their job. And 33% are beginners. They don't know anything about wine, but they are very interested to know more about this sector. This channel, on this channel, we want to take the time to discover wine and all wine. We know that Luxembourg is well known for wine, but also France. In France, we can find wine. It's bizarre, but they don't want to speak about it. But we have wine in France. We want to be a channel close to the viewers because it's very important for us to have this service dimension on this channel. And we want to share some values, such as work and friendship, because making wine, it's not easy. You need sometimes many years to have a very good wine, and it's this idea we want to share. And okay, this channel must be a link between discovery and pleasure. So our philosophy, it's a little bit what I told you, but we want to promote everything about wine. We want to promote the people of the Rhine. We want to promote the market, because you have real market linked to wine. It's a culture, it's an history. We want to highlight everybody in the wine, and we want to make something simple for viewers. And we want to create a channel with passion, with information, because wine is also, as I told you, a part of the culture, but it's a link to the gastronomy, to the tourism and everything. It's what we want to highlight on this TV channel. That's the editorial concept. You can find the same scheme that for MediaPlace, but you will find entertainment, discovery, and services. One of our main programs is live tasting. Live tasting is very important because we want to create meeting with viewers. I think you can easily imagine to be with your friend in front of your TV and waiting for professional with bottles and glasses to try a wine, to discover it, and to have a reflection about what's the taste of this wine, how can I drink it, with what can I eat this wine. That's very important. But unfortunately, we can't do that everywhere in Europe. So now I will say you why it's so important to work with Luxembourg and our different partners. So, first of all, that's part of the strategy of development. I will speak about it later, but Luxembourg is at the heart of Europe. And to be able to have a good development all over the world, it's very important to be at the center of an area. So that's our goal regarding development strategy. Firstly, in a French-speaking Europe, but very quickly in English and all over the world. So, as I told you, it's simple to say that Luxembourg is at the heart of Europe. Okay, everybody know, but it's important to remind. Today, Luxembourg is a member of the European Union. It's okay, but it respects all the decisions of the European Union. It's very important because regarding law, we can create a TV channel in Luxembourg and we can expand it all over the Europe without problem. That's not the case in France. It's important in Luxembourg because it's a communication node. We have links with Belgium, with France, with Germany, and it's very easy to make programs about wine in all these countries. So Luxembourg also respects a European directive, which is a law about TV channels. And in creating a TV channel in Luxembourg, it's not possible to be refused on other territory in European Union. So, why this subject? In Luxembourg, you have press liberty. It's strange because at the beginning, Edonys was a French project. But in France, it's not allowed to talk about wine on TV and to create a TV channel about it. It's considered as a drug. In fact, we had some discussion with French government, and today we are in Luxembourg. In fact, in Luxembourg, we have been received by the ministers, by the minister responsible of wine. In this country, you have a minister about wine, and that's very important. No, because it's a sector, economically it's very important. In France it's important, but they don't care about it. So it's okay. And and we have to say that in being in Luxembourg, we have to respect European laws about wine, which means that we can't make a link between sports and wine. We can't make a link between sex and wine. We can't make a link between pregnant women and wine. But for all of us, it's normal. It's normal. But in France, they want to be more. They think that it's not enough, and only showing when people who taste wine, it's something horrible for them. So it's important because Luxembourg respects European law. Edonys respects European law. That's normal. There is in Luxembourg a truly international wine culture. We went 1 month ago to try Crément de Luxembourg and Auxerrois, and it was very good. So we have many things to do in Luxembourg. And it's true to say that we received an important support from the government. It's a chance for the country and a chance for us to make this partnership. So, broadcastly speaking, it's also a chance to be there because through different partners, PNT Luxembourg, we have access to Europe with very good networks. So we know that Luxembourg is a hub regarding television distribution. Our goal is to be broadcasted in HD, so the conditions in Luxembourg are very nice to do this, to broadcast in this with these characteristics, and we have a strong partnership in the country. And after having worked on this subject, we understand why some big company have decided to be there. So this slide is very important because it's what I call economic pragmatism. Last April in France, the CEO of TF1 was complaining because some competitor of him was installed in Luxembourg and they paid less VAT, less taxes. That was at the beginning of the year. In September, the TF1 group created a subsidiary in Luxembourg in order to have advantages regarding products. So we can compare this situation at do what I say but not what I did, in fact. So that's very important to notice because even big groups do the same in Luxembourg. And it's also important because we have a certain freedom regarding advertising to speak about brands in our program. We can't do that in other countries. We can do advertising about alcoholic beverage, about wine, and economically speaking, it's important for a TV channel about wine to make advertising about wine. If not, it's difficult. And also, it's very important because author rights are reduced and you have VAT reduced regarding business. So it's very important. So, to conclude, Luxembourg has many sense, positive sense regarding history, culture, wine, and for Edonys, it's important regarding three activities: wine, broadcast, and financial. For wine, it's okay. It's the theme of the TV channel. For broadcast, it's okay. We have good partner. For financial, we are always looking for funds because it's not easy to create a TV channel. But if you are interesting, if you think that this project can be interesting for you, we are okay if you want to invest in this adventure, in this project. So, thank you very much for your attention.
Thanks a lot, Alexandre, for this very interesting presentation. I think you did the right way as well, a little bit funny at the same time. I think there may be some questions, actually. Yes, Alexandre, don't mind to coming back to the stage. Thank you.
Yes. Sorry, I missed this exercise.
Hello, I'm curious about your business model. Is it a paid channel? Is it a free-to-air channel?
Yes.
How do you make your money?
It's a paid channel. Okay, so in fact we have a different source of revenues. It's a paid TV, so the customers will have to pay to have the channel. Yeah. We'll have advertising, partnerships regarding programs, licensing, and I lost the word in English, téléachat, which is buying a part of the program will be dedicated to sell products about wine. Not wine, but other glasses or something like that. So we have different sources of revenues.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, there's a lot of questions. Nice.
Just as a non-professional wine friend, is it possible to subscribe in Germany for your program? And first of all, and the second, how can I get it practical? Is it can I subscribe in the web? How does it work?
Okay, so for the first year, the TV channel will be broadcasting in French European countries, which mean France, Luxembourg, Belgium, and Switzerland. Okay, but after that, from the second year, it will be for all European countries. That's the first answer. Secondly, we are negotiating a contract with the internet provider to provide a TV channel to be broadcast on IP networks. So for the moment, it will be on IP networks. So, for example, PNT Luxembourg, VOO in Belgium, Orange, Free in France, okay, and so on. And it will be the same in all countries. And after that, depending the demand on the TV channel, we may have the choice to choose satellite distribution. But it's a budget, and it depends if we have enough revenues. But it's regarding the business plan, and don't fear, it's okay.
I have just one question about the transmission over IP. You will do that over telco,
yeah,
or open IPTV?
It's telcos.
So you will have an encryption
yes,
dedicated
yes.
to which telcos?
It will be this channel will be we have two models. The first one is you can it's an on-demand TV channel, so you can pay only for this for Edonys. The second model is to be included in dedicated offers, so with buckets with 40 channels, for example. So it depends the offer of your telco. But it must be a TV channel, because regarding the subject of wine, it can't be a free-to-air channel because you have some restriction regarding the law.
I see there are many questions.
I'm very happy. It's nice.
Who else? You wanted to ask a question, Leon?
It was already answered.
Oh, okay, it was already answered.
Hello, just a thought. As you travel around the world, you have wine enthusiasts all over. You could be in California and still meet up with people who love wine. So I liked your comment when you said about international reach. When you're ready for satellites, think about Intelsat.
Okay. Okay, it's okay. I understand the problem, but in fact, I think, personally speaking, we have a model of development, and I think that it will be faster as we think, because We were in Hong Kong in November to cover the grand tasting, which is a big event about wine, and they are very happy to hear about a TV channel. And in Hong Kong, there were people from all over the world, and it's very something interesting for them. In the past, there was a TV channel about wine, which name was Wine TV, and they didn't succeed because their business model was only selling wine. Okay, so with this model, you can't be independent. Okay, and viewers have other way to buy wine on internet or something like that. It's not a positioning. We won't be the TV channel of wine producer. We want to be independent and to make the promotion of all wine all over the world.
My question is whether you are not afraid that you will be stopped by several governments for the secondary distribution. So that means you can go on Astra and go European-wide, but maybe you will not be able to enter the French cable system.
So that's why there is a law in Europe, European law, which is SMA, and which authorizes a TV channel in a European country to be broadcasted in all countries. And French government can't say something. In fact, they can make pressure. It's the only way to forbid us, to make pressure regarding telcos. But they can't refuse our TV channel because we are in Luxembourg. That's the law.
Second question, or just an information. The guy who brought the wine to Luxembourg was not called Mr. Edonys, that was Mr. Ausonius. So you should call it Ausonius TV.
Thank you, Mr. Tis. Any other question? Yes? Okay.
Thanks. It's not really a question, just a confirmation. As Luxembourg and, let's say, French lawyer as well, you're absolutely right relating to the way to avoid French law relating to wine, sale of wine in France, loi Evin. By the law, European Directive Law, SMA, you have the way, in fact, you have the means to avoid all the restrictions. Over TVs or project of TV relating to wine, tobacco, and as well, use this way by TV through satellites to avoid it. Just to confirm that.
Okay. So it's very important to know that today in France there is European TV channel which are distributed, such as Fashion TV, which make advertising about their own vodka all day long. So you can see that alcohol is a strong alcohol vodka, okay, and it's authorized in France. So we can use this law. Okay, the problem was more linked to the theme of the TV channel, the subject, because in France we can see different programs with wine, but it's because the TV channel is a generalist. It's generalist. It speaks about everything, a news TV channel, and you can make one program about wine. And regarding loi Evin, it's authorized, but not really. But we don't know. But we don't take a decision. Okay, stop. We don't want to speak with these problems. Here we are in Luxembourg with European law, with good partners. We forget problems outside, and we go straight on.